Islam, like many faiths, believes in an end to the world as we know it. This concept is deeply rooted in Islamic theology and is often referred to as the Day of Judgment or Yawm al-Qiyamah. It is a day that holds immense significance for Muslims around the world, shaping their beliefs, actions, and way of life. The idea of an ultimate end is not unique to Islam. It is a common thread that runs through many religious traditions, each with its own interpretation and understanding of what this end entails. This time is called the Day of Judgment. It is a day when all of humanity will be resurrected and brought before God for the final judgment. The Quran and Hadiths, which are sayings and actions of the Prophet Muhammad, provide detailed descriptions of this day. It is a day that will be marked by extraordinary events and signs, signaling the end of the world and the beginning of a new eternal life. It's a day when God judges all people for their actions. Every individual will be held accountable for their deeds, both good and bad. The scales of justice will be balanced, and no one will be wronged. This belief in divine justice is a cornerstone of Islamic faith, emphasizing that every action, no matter how small, has consequences. It serves as a powerful reminder for Muslims to lead a life of righteousness, integrity, and compassion. This belief is central to how Muslims live their lives. It influences their daily actions, interactions, and decisions. The awareness of an ultimate judgment encourages Muslims to strive for moral excellence and to contribute positively to their communities. Acts of kindness, charity, and social justice are highly valued, as they are seen as investments in the hereafter. The Day of Judgment serves as a constant reminder of the transient nature of this world and the eternal significance of the hereafter. It reminds them to be responsible and live according to God's will. The teachings of Islam emphasize the importance of living a life that is pleasing to God, adhering to the principles of faith, prayer, fasting, charity, and pilgrimage. These acts of worship are not just rituals, they are expressions of devotion and obedience to God. They serve as a means of spiritual purification and preparation for the Day of Judgment. The Quran, the holy book of Islam, describes this day with vivid imagery. It provides detailed accounts of the events that will unfold, the signs that will precede the Day of Judgment, and the ultimate fate of humanity. The Quranic descriptions are meant to evoke a sense of awe and reverence for the power and majesty of God. They serve as a reminder of the transient nature of this world, and the eternal reality of the hereafter. It speaks of earthquakes and a changing sky. These natural phenomena are described as signs of the approaching Day of Judgment. The earth will shake, the mountains will crumble, and the sky will be torn apart. These cataclysmic events are meant to signify the end of the world as we know it and the beginning of a new eternal existence. They serve as a powerful reminder of the impermanence of this world and the ultimate reality of the hereafter. These signs show the power of God and the seriousness of the Day of Judgment. They are meant to instill a sense of awe and reverence for the Creator, reminding humanity of the ultimate authority and power of God. The descriptions of these signs in the Quran are vivid and dramatic, serving as a powerful reminder of the transient nature of this world and the eternal significance of the hereafter. They encourage Muslims to live a life of righteousness, integrity, and compassion in preparation for the Day of Judgment. Muslims believe that only God knows when this day will come. The exact timing of the Day of Judgment is known only to God, and it is a matter of divine wisdom. This belief encourages Muslims to live each day as if it could be their last, striving to fulfill their religious obligations and to lead a life of righteousness. The uncertainty of the timing serves as a reminder of the importance of being prepared at all times, living a life that is pleasing to God, and seeking His mercy and forgiveness. Muslims have deep respect for Jesus, known as Isa ibn Maryam, Jesus, son of Mary. He is considered a prophet of God, just like Abraham, Moses, and Muhammad. The Quran highlights Jesus' miraculous birth and his many miracles. However, Muslims do not believe that Jesus is the Son of God. They believe that God is one and has no partners or children. Instead, they see Jesus as a messenger with a special mission to guide humanity. Before the Day of Judgment, Islam teaches that the world will face many trials. One of the most significant is the coming of the Antichrist, known as Dajjal. Dajjal will be a deceiver, appearing to have great power and knowledge. He will tempt people away from God with false promises and miracles. Dajjal will cause great suffering and confusion, leading many astray. This period will be a test of faith for all people. In Islamic belief, God will send Jesus back to earth to defeat the Antichrist. Jesus' return is a sign of God's mercy and justice. He will descend to earth at a time of great turmoil and strife. Jesus will land in Damascus, a city of great significance in Islamic tradition. His arrival will bring hope to the believers and strike fear into the hearts of the wicked. Section 5. The Defeat of Dajjal. Upon his return, Jesus will confront the Antichrist. This confrontation will be a battle between truth and falsehood, good and evil. Jesus will expose Dajjal's deception, showing his true nature to the world. With God's power, Jesus will defeat the Antichrist, freeing humanity from his tyranny. This victory will mark a turning point in history, signaling the beginning of a new era. Section 6. A World of Peace and Justice. In this chapter we explore a vision of a world transformed by peace and justice, a world where harmony and understanding reign supreme. After the Antichrist's defeat, a time of peace and justice will prevail. This era will be marked by the absence of conflict and the presence of unity. Communities will come together to celebrate their shared humanity, and the divisions that once separated people will dissolve. Jesus will lead with wisdom and compassion, establishing a just society based on God's laws. His leadership will be characterized by fairness and empathy, ensuring that every individual is treated with dignity and respect. Leaders from various backgrounds will unite under this divine guidance, fostering a culture of mutual respect and understanding. People will live in harmony, embracing their differences and celebrating their commonalities. Families from all walks of life will come together, sharing meals and creating memories in a spirit of unity. Parks and public spaces will be filled with laughter and joy, as communities gather to enjoy the simple pleasures of life, and knowledge of the one true God will spread throughout the world. This spiritual awakening will bring people closer to their faith, as they seek to understand and live by the teachings of their Creator. Religious congregations will flourish, and people will come together to study and pray, deepening their connection to the divine. This period will be a time of spiritual renewal, where individuals and communities alike will experience a profound transformation. Meditation and reflection will become integral parts of daily life, as people seek to align themselves with the divine will. Temples, mosques, and other places of worship will become sanctuaries of peace and contemplation, where humanity returns to righteousness. Acts of kindness and service will become commonplace as people strive to live virtuous lives. Communities will come together to support one another, embodying the principles of love and compassion. Prayer and worship will be central to this new way of life, guiding people towards a path of righteousness. It will be a glimpse of paradise on earth before the final day of judgment. This harmonious existence will serve as a foretaste of the eternal peace and joy that awaits in the afterlife. The world will be a testament to the transformative power of faith and the enduring promise of divine justice. Section 7. Living with the End in Mind. The belief in the end of the universe and the return of Jesus has a profound impact on Muslims. This belief is deeply rooted in Islamic teachings and is a significant aspect of their faith. It shapes their worldview and influences their daily actions and decisions. The anticipation of the end times and the return of Jesus serves as a constant reminder of the transient nature of this world and the eternal life that awaits in the hereafter. It reminds them of their purpose in life, to worship God and live a life of goodness. This purpose is not just a personal endeavor but a communal one, as Muslims believe in supporting and uplifting each other in their spiritual journeys. The teachings of Islam emphasize the importance of community, charity, and compassion, and these values are reinforced by the belief in the end times. Muslims are encouraged to engage in acts of kindness, help those in need, and strive for justice in all aspects of life. This belief also gives them hope, knowing that justice will ultimately prevail. In a world where injustice and suffering are prevalent, the promise of divine justice provides comfort and reassurance. Muslims believe that on the Day of Judgment, every individual will be held accountable for their actions and true justice will be served. This belief motivates them to live righteously and to stand up against injustice, knowing that their efforts are not in vain. By remembering the Day of Judgment, Muslims strive to live each day to the fullest, seeking God's pleasure in all that they do. This mindfulness of the end times encourages them to be more conscious of their actions and their impact on others. It inspires them to cultivate good character, to be honest, and to maintain integrity in all their dealings. The belief in the end times is not just about fear of punishment, but also about the hope of reward and the desire to attain God's mercy and paradise. It is a guiding principle that shapes their lives, their relationships, and their contributions to society. Section 8. Learn more. To delve deeper into this fascinating topic, remember to subscribe to our channel. We'll be exploring more about Islamic eschatology in future videos.